Hi, my name is Danielle Barbado, and for the multi-text set project, I chose to do folktales. My essential question was, how can the use of multicultural folktales teach students valuable lessons, morals, beliefs, and values? So the three books that I chose were Hiawatha and the Peacemaker by Robbie Robertson, The Sun Girl and the Moon Boy by Yang Suk Choi, and Why the Sky is Far Away by Mary Joan Gerson. In Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, this was an oral Native American folktale, and Hiawatha goes on a journey with the Peacemaker to stop the five tribes from fighting with one another, and through the journey he realizes that kindness prevails over evil, and the tribes end up uniting. In The Sun Girl and the Moon Boy, this is an old Korean folktale that Yang Suk Choi was actually told when she was young from her grandmother. In the story, their mother leaves the house and a tiger tricks the young boy and girl into letting him in the house. The boy and girl run away from him all the way up the tree, joining their mom in the sky and learning that you can't always trust everyone. Why the Sky is Far Away by Mary Joan Gerson is a Nigerian folktale, and the people eat parts of the sky because it was close to them. However, the sky ends up getting frustrated with their waste and greed and decides to teach the village a lesson by moving far, far away from the village. And he teaches them not to be wasteful and to be grateful for what you have. And rationale for the theme text was to teach students lessons, morals, and values or beliefs from various cultural folktales. And students will be able to understand cultural beliefs and what they value through these three tales. The age appropriateness, this folktale text set is for a 3rd to 4th grade class. I believe it could work with any demographic due to the variety of cultures that are represented. And a timeline would be about 3 to 4 weeks depending on discussion and activities. In Hiawatha and the Peacemaker, the before activity would be an anticipatory true or false set about Hiawatha, and during the reading, students will look at their anticipatory true or false set just to see if they were correct with their thoughts about Hiawatha. After reading, there's a raft assignment, which is perspective writing. The role would be Hiawatha or the Peacemaker. Audience would be the 5 tribes. Format would be letter, poster, or persuasion advertisement. And the task would be to persuade those tribes to stop fighting and to work together and to unite. The Sun Girl Moon Boy, the before activity, would be a picture walk and predictions. During the reading, they would have various discussion questions to answer, and after the reading, they would participate in a jigsaw activity. Group 1 would read a Newsella nonfiction article on the moon, and Group 2 would read a nonfiction Newsella article on the sun, and then they would meet with their opposing partners and discuss what they had found and compare and contrast it to the story. Why the Sky is Far Away. Before reading, the students will do a story writing where they're provided with 5 to 8 words in chronological order, and they write their own version of Why the Sky is Far Away. And during reading, they'll compare and contrast their story versus the actual story. And after reading, they will design a postcard to the sky, maybe talking about how much they miss the sky, why they took it for granted, and what they would do to change in the future. Interdisciplinary connections, science with Sun Girl Moon Boy would obviously be the Newsella articles about the moon and the sun. In social studies with Native Americans, students can research comparing and contrasting the story to real facts. And in history, again, Native American tribes, the students can create a PowerPoint on one of the tribes represented in the book. My reflection on the project, I learned that the importance of multicultural literature in the classroom, making sure that it's authentic and accurate, is so pivotal. And I also learned that multicultural literature is very versatile. So whereas I used to think that, you just use those, quote, run-of-the-mill folktales with the students, incorporating those multicultural folktales to teach these lessons is a great way to incorporate multicultural literature into the classroom. Doing the text set, I showed myself that I can introduce and work on a skill through the use of authentic multicultural literature. It was hard making sure my timeline was accurate and to make sure the activities were meaningful enough to address the essential questions. That is it. Thank you.